Welcome to another fantastic episode of Hobby Nonsense. I'm your host, Ray, national treasure, global icon. And I'm joined with my co-host, Jesse Gibson is in the building. Now, Jesse is feeling a little bit under the dumps today.
Under the dumps? I don't know if that's a
Under
term.
the dumps? Is that in the dumps?
I'm going to say
under,
down in the dumps.
Down
under
in the
weather.
dumps. Under the weather.
Both of them are
Jesse
acceptable.
had... What did you eat, Jesse?
I don't know what I had, dude. I don't know. I'm like...
He's green. He might projectile vomit.
No,
Exorcist style. Turned.
All I know is on Mondays when we record this podcast, I do this and then I do the other...
Breaking the fourth wall. Okay.
I know. And it's like... Because I talked about this on that one too. So it feels weird because I know there's a lot of...
Well, we need to learn... The listeners need to learn or know about your disease. You get sick a lot lately.
Lately,
what's
it seems
going
like
on?
that. Well, I got
hanging
COVID.
out with like toddlers.
I got COVID, and then we were out of town, so that was also part of it. And then I think, honestly, I'll tell you.
Are you getting enough sleep?
I think it's a Wegovy thing. Like I think it could be at least like because I've been on it, which I mentioned on the other pod. I'll say here too, under 400 for the first time in like 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me. And when we were in high school, I weighed 380 pounds for most of it. Senior year.
You were slim. This boy was slim.
I mean,
you should have seen this guy.
Well, no. When you think of slim, Jesse, you're thinking of senior year when I lost like 80 pounds. I got down to like just above 300. I was like 301, 302.
So like almost in the twos on a good day, like 298 on a good day.
I never got down to the twos.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I never got down
This
there.
boy was slim.
I mean, I was not slim.
Slim shady, this guy.
But now it's like, okay, well, 380.
He was trying to give it, pursue this woman at the time.
Hey, it worked.
It worked out.
I mean, it worked. I got the girl. Now, unfortunately, when you find the girl, you start settling in and that weight starts to come back. And for the most part, like the early part of my marriage, I was back at the 380 mark where I maintained for a number of years. And then I pushed into the fours and then I've been rocking 440 for a number of years.
But here's the thing. You're like a naturally big person.
I've had a lot of people say that. Yes.
You're just a big guy. You got a big hands.
Skull's big. Yes.
He's just a big dude.
I'm an overall big person.
You're going to carry a lot more weight, let's say, like a petite person.
Yes.
So when you go to the doctor, Jesse, like what is
recommended weight?
What is the recommended weight?
They want me to be like 275.
275?
Yeah, like 275. I would like to see what it would be like at 250, but I would take 275. I mean,
250, dude. You're going to look crazy.
Well, my thinking is you don't hear about like people in their 90s weighing like 275. It's like
don't tell me that because I weigh like 270 right now.
Yeah, but you're also like a young person. By 90s, you get older, your appetite wanes. It's like you just eat less naturally, and you'll probably fall below 250 pretty easily. Me, on the other hand, like you said, I'm just like a big person. My heart is probably also too big. It's gonna explode one day. I wouldn't mind making it to like mid 70s to 80s though. And at this point,
dude, with modern technology, you're going to be like half robot anyways.
Well, the Wegovy's been helping,
good.
But there's also this thing that comes with it called stomach paralysis. Apparently, this comes
stomach paralysis.
Sometimes it happens for people. I read something like it was with Ozempic though, so I don't know, but it was like 1 in 20 guys people can get this thing called
stomach paralysis.
It basically just like the vagus nerve on your stomach stops responding or it doesn't work properly. And then the stomach just or the food sits in your stomach for a while and it doesn't really do anything. And it doesn't digest. It doesn't go into. That was almost the feeling I got this weekend where I was just like, my stomach was just cramped so bad. My abdomen was tight and I was just bloated where I just had all this air coming out of me. Like it was just as if I was sucking down helium or swallowing it. And then just air would come back out one way or the other.
Because the food's not getting processed into
maybe that's
colon?
what it is. This is a card podcast.
Listen, I am super interested because this sounds crazy.
I know. Well, I go to see the doctor on Wednesday. I'm just
okay.
I'm going to see, hey, what's the story? Do I
have stomach paralysis?
I recently went up to like the max dosage because that's what you kind of do when you take these like, Ozempics or Wegovy's. You start on the lowest and you work your way up. And I just recently went up to the highest dosage and I'm thinking, well, maybe I need to come back down to like the next one below it. Or maybe, I don't know, if I have to come off it for a little bit. I'm hoping that's not the case because it has been so helpful, but either way, this is the world we live in. I am the less excitable animated Jesse sports boy today because I am.
Hey, we're gonna carry the weight. The
something.
listeners are gonna send your.
That's a lot of weight to carry, as we now know.
Pun intended.
But we got a lot to talk about.
We need to get you Jelly Rolls guy.
Did he lose a lot of weight?
Dude, he was looking slim.
I already get too many comparisons of Jelly Roll. I don't need any more Jelly Roll comparison.
Do you really?
Yeah. Well, like they're like, oh, it's like Jelly Roll without the face tattoos or something. I've got.
Dude, you look nothing like Jelly Roll.
I will say I get the Luke Bryan comments. If you've seen Luke Bryan before, I actually kind of get that one, but he is very short. So
Luke Bryan?
Yeah, like especially when I'm wearing like a trucker hat or something like that.
You look nothing like Luke Bryan.
Hang on, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. Oh, it's not Luke Bryan. No. Dang it. Who's
Jason Aldean?
No. There's another country music.
Oh, you're talking about the Fast Car.
Yeah.
What's his?
Is that not who sings that?
Gosh,
Fast
I'm
Car
drawing
is Luke Combs.
Combs.
Not Luke Bryan. Luke Combs.
Okay, I can see
Luke
that.
Combs.
I can see that. Yes.
Actually, someone thought I was Luke Combs out on the boat one day.
Really?
Yeah. All right. We've got a number of things to talk about.
We do.
While I would love to continue to talk about this, we just have so many other things that have come up in the last week, and we got to at least start pointing things out because, unfortunately, some of the things we're going to talk about are not going to be heard by the time the air comes out. Well, by the time this episode comes out, the two of these releases that we're going to discuss will have already come. I'm going to try and post something up on socials.
Hit the streets.
Yeah, but that's just one of the things where I didn't get this information until like Friday of last week. So very little time on some of these releases. And these are, just to be clear, pre-releases on some. So there will be a future release to everyone, but the pre-release is important, especially when it comes to like, this is specific to Topps products because they have 3 different ones coming out this week, all non-sport products. And it's important because that's probably going to be the cheapest price you get most of these at. So if you can get in line and get in the EQL or whatever the case may be, go and get it. That's why I wanted to make sure we're talking about them now. However,
quick question. So for the pre-release, if you get the pre-release, will you get the product when it's actual like the street date?
Yeah, the release.
Okay.
Yeah, they won't actually give it.
I don't know if you get like a special.
No. Yeah, they don't ship it until the date of release.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
so let's start with the first one. Dune Chrome comes out next week.
I've never seen the movie.
You never saw either of the Dunes?
No.
Really?
Not even the old one.
Well, I can understand the old one, but neither of the new ones. Just never had a desire or what?
Never had a desire.
Man, they're really good. I thought they were. I thought a lot of people were into that. I thought you would be into, I don't know. Do you like sci-fi at all?
I love sci-fi.
And you haven't seen them.
I haven't seen Dune.
Make this a point. You and Brittany sit down, watch a little Dune this weekend.
Where can I watch it?
I think it's on HBO.
Netflix? Okay.
I think it is. It was at least. All right. So here's what we know about Dune Chrome. Dune Chrome will be coming out for pre-order on the 16th. That's Tuesday the 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, here's what I really like about this. It is not an EQL. So that
first
means
come, first serve?
First come, first serve.
Oh, baby. The bots are
they're
going crazy.
They could be, but here's the other part of this is like, I don't know how many people know that this thing is going to exist. We talked about Topps and other companies not doing enough marketing last week. Here's one thing that I did not realize because I'm not on Twitter very often. They actually post, or at least they did this week, a what's releasing this week schedule
on Twitter.
On
X.
It came out a few hours ago. This is on Monday.
Throw it up.
Did you just do the X with your arms? There you go.
X gonna give it to you.
I thought this was really handy, and I will give kudos for this being there. The fact that I didn't know about it though, was like, well, that could just be on me. So that said, they released the price as well. What this is going to come out at it will be released at $129 a hobby box. That's actually really good considering as how you do have autos in this product. And they're not bad autos by any means. And there's actually the only auto that I really wanted there to be, and there's not, is a Timothy Chalamet. You don't get any of the Shal, but you do get a number of other big characters in this. So you've got, as far as your autographs go, you've got Christopher Walken, you've got Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, you've got Oscar Isaac, you've got Rebecca Ferguson, you've got Stellan Skarsgård. Now, what you don't have, unfortunately, are probably one of the two biggest ones, which are Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya. Neither of them are in this. However, this is what's interesting about this product too, is they will start putting relics into this product.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, this is something that others have been asking for from Topps, and Topps talked about this at that April conference earlier this year, how they've got all these relics that they're building up to put into like Marvel products, and I think some Disney products too. So I'm really excited to see them start to use them, because they've talked about these relics as far as like being movie used, and all the products that have come out so far have not been the movie side of these IPs. So it's been Marvel comics and it's been like Disney animated stuff. So now that we're talking about like real life movie series, this is going to be kind of the first product that comes out this year where we're going to start seeing those relics actually incorporated into the card, which I think is very exciting. And the fact that it's coming out at such a low price, which again, I know this is pre-sale, but if it comes out at $129 pre-sale for a hobby box, I'm hoping that means like we're looking at maybe $200, $190, $180 or so for when it comes out at the regular pricing. Because though you get a decent discount on that pre-sale, it's not like drastically different in a lot of cases.
Is that normal? You get a discount on the pre-sale?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Because that's really the only time they sell it direct. And then when they sell it,
like the street day, they don't sell it on Topps?
Not most of the time, no. Most of the time, on the date of release, it's being sold by, the Breakers and/or Dave and Adams, Steel City, Blowout, all those.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So again, I think this is actually a pretty good option, and I'm kind of excited about this one.
What kind of relics do you think they're going to have in this product?
So they call it the still suit relic is one of them.
Still suit.
Now a still suit is something that's used on Arrakis, and it's basically able to recycle the water that your body expels so it can be consumed again. This is getting into a little bit of nerddom, but it is kind of cool. I'm curious to see what kind of pieces of that suit go into the cards.
All right.
But they do have the spice relics, which are where you're going to see
Ginger, Posh.
There's the
Baby.
Sporty. Yeah.
Sporty.
We've got all the spice relics. But we also have the Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet relic included in there. I don't know what that means because I don't know exactly what the spice in the movies is, like sandy looking. Like I'm hoping it's not just like some sand that they touched, I'm hoping it's something else that's incorporated into the movie somehow that I'm not thinking of. But we haven't seen pictures of these relic cards as of yet, so I can't tell you. But again, that is cool to know, like they've got relics incorporated into these specific to the actors as well. Because they also have Skarsgård, Jason Momoa, Austin Butler. Oh, and did I see if Austin Butler signed in this? Let me see. Austin Butler did not sign. So that's another.
I know Dune was a book before it was a movie, right?
Yeah.
Did Dune pre-exist the Star Wars trilogy?
Ooh, for some reason, I think it could have, because I thought someone said
because I feel like it's giving Star Wars vibes. So I wonder if George Lucas had like a lot of inspiration from
That's
Dune,
what I thought I had heard,
or if
somewhere.
He completely like ripped the story. And
I would think that's
like a reimagined.
That's a very easy Google search that we could probably find out.
And our Google machine is broken, so we can't.
Is it not working? When did let's see, Dune book come out?
Isn't there like a lot? Doesn't it get really crazy?
1965. So that would have been before Star Wars. Yeah. All right,
George Lucas. I see what you've been doing
here.
Exactly.
So
this princess looks a lot like Leia.
That is the first release that comes out this week. That's not the first release, because 1 hour before that release, so this again is tomorrow, Tuesday, September 16th, this time at 12 p.m. Eastern, again on the Topps website, there is another Disney product that is going to be announced, and
Another
that
one.
is Disney Wonder. Now, this is something I don't remember hearing necessarily about. Well, that's actually not true. I think there may have just been a different name at the April Topps conference, because I feel like they did talk about
They
like
changed
princesses
the
and
names.
villains and things
Okay.
like that. And that's kind of what this is being described as. It says, this enchanting collection features a 190 card tiered base set across specially designed tier 1, tier 2, villain, and princess tiers. I don't know what exactly that's going to look like, but here's what I do know. And this is what I consider to be a very good thing. It is going to come out at $99 a box. Now, again,
Okay.
to be clear, this is pre-sale, and this one is an EQL. So we don't know exactly how many that's going to be. But what's really cool is that they're coming out with a product like this that actually has autographs in it. Now, they are not the biggest autos in the world.
Facsimile?
I would say the biggest name you're going to see in here is
Robin Williams.
Idina Menzel, which she voices Elsa. I guarantee
Okay.
that is going to be a huge card.
Wow.
I don't know if there is another licensed card of Elsa out there that has Idina Menzel's autograph on there. So that could be a very big card in this product. So for it coming out at $99 for the EQL really makes me suspect that maybe $150 to $200 for the actual hobby box when it's all said and done. But
That's still a great price.
that's I feel like a little wishful thinking on my part. I will say, when I saw that there are autos from Menzel in this, but you also have like Jodie Benson, who was the voice of Ariel in the original movie. You've also got the original Prince Eric from Little Mermaid in there. You've got the original Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan. BD Wong signed in this. If you're a fan of Law and Order SVU, he's signed in this. There's a number of.
What does he play in the Disney universe?
In the Disney universe, he was Lai Shang in Mulan.
Oh, okay,
So,
nice.
One of our favorite characters. You also have like Naomi Scott, who I think was in the Aladdin remake. You've got Halle Bailey, who was in the Ariel in the Little Mermaid remake. You've also got some characters from Beauty and the Beast. You have the Beast and Gaston. Those the guys who voiced them. They will sign in this. I do think that is really cool. I'm glad that we're getting voice actors for a product like this, because we did get them in like the X-Men 97, but I feel like it wasn't like as influential to many people's childhoods as this is. So all that being said, the fact that the EQL is at 99, it does give me a lot of hope that this is not going to go too crazy. And I do think they are making this a lot for a younger audience. What's really nice, though, is that they have mega and value boxes that will be available at that time on Topps.com, not as an EQL. So you can still go out and buy those right off the bat, first come, first serve.
Is there a limit?
I'm sure, yes, there's always a limit. I'm not sure what that will be. And I'm not sure of the pricing on those either. It did not distinguish the pricing for those two. But again,
I'm liking this product a lot more than what's the big money one that's coming out?
the Disney Chrome.
Yeah.
Disney Chrome is
Because there's
still,
Chrome cards in this too, right? As some of the inserts.
they're not Chrome cards, but well, that's not true, because there's the shiny insert that
There's
describing as
Topps Chrome on the
shiny.
there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not a Topps Chrome product, because other cards are not. I don't know if they'll be paper or if they'll all have the Chrome finish.
Mhm.
It didn't give that exact detail, but it is interesting how they will differentiate in the picture art that they've displayed, as some being just Topps and others being specific Topps Chrome. So there's some inserts in there. I think they'll be very popular again among younger kids if we can keep this product at that price. Again, at this point, I give kudos to Topps for at least releasing it at that price. It is now on the rest of the people that sell this product. And I'm talking about the 3 big box stores. It's on you guys to not just make this completely unattainable for the younger audience.
Who's the third? Kmart?
The box. When I say 3 big box stores, I just mean the Dave and Adams, Blowouts, and Steel Cities, not
Gotcha.
Walmart and
Target.
Target. Yeah, those. I don't know. I guess those would be box stores, but yeah. Those the ones that resell cards the most would be the other three.
Gotcha.
All right, one more, and that is going to be Star Wars Sapphire. Star Wars Sapphire is the Topps Chrome Sapphire version, right? Like the one we just had. Now we've got Sapphire coming out.
What's the difference?
So Sapphire is essentially it's a limited, I believe it's online exclusive release.
It's
not mass produced. There's not as many of these boxes out there.
So there won't be like a Costco drop. There won't have any megas. There won't be any blasters.
None of that.
This is just a hobbies. Will the hobby stores get them?
Possibly. Actually, I'm not 100%. Well, no, if it's online exclusive, that may mean that they might not. But that's not true because it may not always be online exclusive. The Marvel Sapphire did get allocated. So yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I do know that they're going to come out at $249 a box. Right now, a regular hobby box sells for around $200 to $250 sometimes. So it's not that much more than that. The only thing is in the hobby box right now, you're pretty much guaranteed an auto. In fact, if you look at the odds sheet for Star Wars, it's actually 1 in every 21 packs. And there's not 21 packs in a hobby box, but everybody, I think the box may even say 1 auto per box. So I'm not sure why the odds are a little different there. However, the odds on the Sapphire is like 1 in 137 packs. So,
oh snap,
you're probably not going to get an auto. So I just want to put.
But there's
that
so
out
many.
there.
I'm looking at the checklist right now.
There's so
many autos.
There's a lot of autos, but
Billy D. Williams,
according to the odds, they're just not there for the average guy to get an auto in their box. Now, that being the case, I'm curious to see where these go. Just seeing that the hobby boxes for just the standard Topps Chrome Star Wars this year have dropped pretty significantly, and the fact that they're already selling for under 250, but you're guaranteed an auto, and I quote unquote guaranteed an auto. The fact that these won't be guaranteed an auto, but they're still going to sell for around 250. I just don't know. Even though most of the time, there's a perceived increase in value in Sapphire, it may not be the case this time. We'll see.
Why is there a perceived increase in value between the two products?
Sapphire is just more limited. So more scarce, and therefore value is.
I know that I'm looking at the checklist with the autographs, and did they have the same amount of autos with the Topps Chrome product, and did they have the same names? Like I'm looking at Daisy Ridley, I'm looking at Billy D. Williams, Adam Driver. I mean, these are some fire names here.
Yeah, I went through the list.
Mark Hamill.
And I'm pretty sure they were all listed in the Topps Chrome product. It's just that how many there are is the real question, right? Because I never pulled any of them, and I didn't see very many people pull any of them. I haven't seen a Pedro Pascal auto. I didn't see a Jude Law auto from anybody. And granted, I don't see everything that gets posted online. So maybe there was a mark. What's funny is I just saw a post on some Facebook group. Unfortunately, they hadn't posted it in the non-sports cards nonsense group, which really that's where they should be posting.
Come on now.
But they did post it in another Star Wars card group. And it was a private in the Army. I think he was maybe he was just on leave or whatever, but he was in some commissary where they had a GameStop. There was a box of Topps Chrome down in the floor. He said it was dented. Someone kicked it into a corner as opposed to picking it up. And he said it was the last one in this GameStop. And he was like, I'll buy it. Last box in the shop. He buys it. He's eating his lunch, opens it, and he pulls a 1-of-1 Mark Hamill auto from the 75 tribute in there. And I'm just out of this world. I'm so happy for him. That's exciting, but it's crazy. That was just in I think he said it was a booster box. So it wasn't even a blaster. Yeah. So it wasn't in a hobby box either. And I'm like, man, I couldn't pull a good auto out of the 13 cases that I did to save my life. And he's over here pulling 1-of-1s out of dented corner of the room blaster boxes. I'm happy for him and I'm sad for me.
I love it.
But that being the case, I'm kind of curious. I've seen some other big Star Wars breakers talk about this product, the Sapphire one coming out. I think they were, not to say disappointed, but less than like super excited about it. Again, that can change with people actually seeing the product out in person. Maybe that starts to turn the tide a little bit. But at this point, my thinking is if I can get a Sapphire box or two or a case or two, I'll probably get some, but I probably won't go too heavy on Sapphire Star Wars Chrome this year. The other ones that we talked about, that Disney Wonder and the Dune Chrome, I think those are really good buys, especially given the price. So,
I agree.
Those are the three big releases that are coming out this week, pre-sale releases.
Pre-sale.
Now there's another big release that comes out this week, you said.
Yeah.
What is it?
That is the new Pokemon base set Mega Evolutions.
Hello.
The new era has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. So that drops this Friday. I'm super excited. I got my, I managed to hit a pre-release over at the Pokemon Center.
Did you really?
So I will be getting both the Elite Trainer boxes and a booster box going straight into the PC sealed collection.
Oh, really? Those are not getting opened.
Those are not getting open because they're the Pokemon Center exclusive ones.
Those are bigger, usually, right?
So I'll find an ETB at Walmart or something, and then I'll hopefully find a booster box somewhere.
Yes. Well, you said there were two different ETBs?
Yeah, there's two different ETBs. They have two different promos.
Wait, so they did this with the white flare.
They're starting to, but the white flare, Black Bolt, those are considered two different sets.
Exactly.
So they do this a lot with Pokemon, so you can get both. So it's the same thing. All right, you just get the same cards, but each ETB has a different promo.
Oh, okay.
So the promos are different. And then I think like the card sleeves are different, and I think like the dice might be different.
But the overall cards, the packs that are in there
are the same.
Are the same.
Are the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that was different than the white flare though, and the
correct.
The black.
Yeah, those were two different sets.
Gotcha.
So if you got the cards that you were going to pull from the white flare were going to be different from the Black Bolt.
So,
but in this case, they're all the same, but the promos are different, and we all know that Pokemon Center exclusive promo cards are insane.
Do they typically have a stamp on the picture?
They do. They have a Pokemon Center stamp on the card.
And so the big chases that we know of right now, do you know what those are?
The big chases that we know of for Mega Evolutions are the special illustration rare, Lucario and Venusaur, the one where they're like fighting in the air.
Oh, okay.
There are some new gold cards in it with Lucario and Gardevoir, which those and Japanese prices are going insane, and the pull rates on those, I don't know the exact number, but they say that is the hardest cards to pull right now are those new gold cards, and they look amazing.
Really? Okay.
They look amazing, but I am chasing personally the special illustration rare of Venusaur, Ivysaur, and Bulbasaur, and then they all kind of go together. They look awesome. So
like they're like when you say go together, if you put them side by side, it's like the same scene.
Correct. So if you put them in a binder, they all kind of combine the same artwork.
Can I ask you on TCG Player?
You can ask me anything.
Does it show like the Japanese cards as well?
They don't. I don't think on TCG Player they show Japanese cards.
Okay, I've got that call scheduled with TCG Player tomorrow with the higher ups over there to see about maybe getting one of them on the show or something. Would that be something you'd be interested in joining? Because
of course,
I would like to talk to
time?
them.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I'll check and see. I think it's around 11 or noon. But my thinking is I want to figure out how we get them on, like where it's beneficial to us in the audience, like what we can ask them about, because I do think there could be some.
I mean, we can drop a mailbag, and anybody that wants to ask a question, of course, if it's a great question, of course, don't ask me what I had for breakfast.
Sure.
But if it's a great question that we can ask the people over at TCG Player, of course, we'll ask.
I like that. I'm looking too at TCG Player's ETB cost. So there was the Mega Gardevoir and the Lucario. You said those are the two ETBs?
There shouldn't be anything right now because TCG Player does a really good job of not releasing the. Do you see something on TCG Player?
Well, not the cards, but I see
the packs and the booster boxes.
Yes.
But the individual card prices, TCG Player does not release those until the time.
I do
of
appreciate
release.
that. I do appreciate that.
Because
But
the prices, it's useless because it fluctuates so much. And I don't know if you know this, Jesse, but the week before the release of any Pokemon set that is not like a special set,
Mhm.
you can go and play in a tournament at your local game store, and they give you something called a I'm drawing a blank. It's like a battle box.
oh, okay.
And in the battle box, there is a pre-made deck with a promo, and then four packs.
They give it to you, or you have to buy it?
Well, you have to play in the tournament,
Oh, okay.
and so what the thing is, you make a deck together, and then you play against that. You play with that deck during the tournament,
Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't
and
realize
it's all new
this.
cards.
Oh, wow.
So some people have already been pulling the chases from those packs.
So looking at the site, though, it is funny how the Mega Lucario is slightly more expensive than the Mega Gardevoir.
Lucario is like a very popular Pokemon.
Yeah. Which that's kind of what I assume, because I know Lucario better than I know Gardevoir, but Gardevoir, I feel like all of like the plant type Pokemon are just like not as popular.
Correct. Yeah.
Now that being said, though, 107 versus $92, that's still less than like what Prismatic came out at, and I actually was
Prismatic, man.
I know, but that is actually kind of surprising. Do you mind saying what you bought your Mega Evolution?
It was retail.
Pokemon Center boxes at?
I think the booster box always goes for, I think, a 109.
Oh,
like
okay.
right at like $100.
Okay.
If anything, maybe like 129. And then the booster boxes are like 50 to $60. Or the ETBs.
So
just like what you would go to Target or.
I was looking at the ETB pricing for the Pokemon Center boxes of those. So like I said, the Lucario is like 107 right now listed on there for pre-sale for just the regular one. Did you see what it's selling at for the Pokemon Center boxes?
I can't imagine.
It's like $400
for the Pokemon Center one.
Yeah,
of the Lucario.
Yeah,
Shoot.
And the other one is $385.
Hey,
if
you're watching, if you listen to this, hit me up in the DMs. I'll sell it for $300.
Oh, I might buy it for $300. That's a good deal. Well, there you go. So that's coming out this week. This is again a new set. We just moved on from. Wait, what did we just move on from? Violet,
Scarlet and Violet. Yeah,
Jeez,
so it's a new series, a new gate. I don't know what you call it, a new era, if you will. Mega Evolutions. I'm here for it. This might be the best base set of Pokemon to ever exist, besides the OG base set.
Thinking about buying like a case of this stuff. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I still have my base set case of
Scarlet and
Violet. So yeah,
it's gone up in price.
It's gone
of course,
up
everything has gone up, which I couldn't read the article. The one article that I just sent
the one you sent me. I did pull it up. I have it. So
we want to talk about it.
Ray sent me over an article from the Wall Street Journal. This is like on Wall Street Journal website, and it's not like one of these like offshoots where it's like, hey, New York Times is posting this, but it's really not New York Times. It's like some other site that is also in sponsorship with New York Times. But this is on the Wall Street Journal site.
Something stupid.
Exactly. But this one, you actually have to have a subscription to be able to even read it.
Which is crazy.
I know.
I didn't know that.
I'm
trying to read this article.
Find ways around paywalls, and not that I would. But if somebody did.
Did you? Okay.
But this article is called "The Hot Investment with a 3,000% Return: Pokemon Cards," which I just found interesting because I've seen a number of articles similar to this. But it is interesting how they talk to actual not financial advisors, but guys who are like account managers in the finance world, guys who have some experience with trading and things like that, and how they are diversifying their own portfolios to include Pokemon cards. Now,
specifically Pokemon cards.
Specifically Pokemon. In fact, as you read on in the article, they're talking about they have a real advantage over baseball cards.
Interesting. Why is that?
Well, it goes on to say, the fact that they are fictional characters is actually an advantage. They quoted Matt Strom as saying, Pikachu's not going to tear his ACL and miss the whole season. Charizard's not going to get a DUI driving home. And Matt Strom is a Phillies pitcher, if you weren't familiar, for all of you non-sport lovers out there.
I didn't know who that was.
That's okay. But that being the case, it is interesting that you've got even baseball players pointing to the fact that these characters
this pitcher
are that
for
popular.
the Phillies is saying that he is investing in.
I mean, he's kind of. I think there's some clips and things like that of him opening packs and collecting cards. There are other people who say like, Pokemon cards are more inconsistent, or their pricing is not like as tied to what, say, a player's value is tied to, because you have performance and things like that. And the article goes on to say, like, the old heads in investing say, you never buy with feelings, you buy with facts. And so
smart.
These are people who are investing with their feelings as opposed to, with actual facts of why there's value here. So, yes.
So is there now fact? I mean, is this factual, or are we still investing with our feelings?
I mean,
buying Pokemon cards.
Well, you tell me, where's the value in Pokemon or any card, really? Like, where's the value in it beyond the feeling, the nostalgic factor, like the fact that we want it because it means something to us personally?
Well, some people don't even collect it for that.
Sure.
For that reason. They're just collecting it because of the price.
Perceived value.
There's perceived value. It's an investment.
You could say the same thing about the US dollar. Now that we're not on the gold standard, it is not actually
Very
tied
true.
to anything. So yes, that it has value because we deem it to have value. This is a discussion that is it is a big discussion to have about cards, because it's also like, oh man, you could poke some holes in why cards have value to begin with. However, just because I could say, hey, there's nothing that says this card has any real value other than the intrinsic value it has to me because it meant something to me as a child. Yes, I could say that, but I could also point out how there's a number of art pieces that have no real value, but they mean something to somebody, or they're older, or they're scarce. These things create value in their own ways, and therefore we've deemed those things to have value. Why wouldn't we use those same factors in deeming cards to have value?
It's a great point.
So my thinking is it the safest play? No. Even in the article, it goes on to talk about, like, if you like to have some risk in your portfolio, they like this as an option for
as
you.
A good risky option.
Yeah, that's what they said.
But
they think it's a good way to go.
Option?
But a less risky option would be something other than cards. I mean, it's not the safest play out there and this is, again, in a financial advisor's point of view.
Because you used to work in the finance
Exactly.
world.
And I know those people are thinking in the sense of, like, if someone's like 40 years old, they may want 60% stocks, 40% bonds in their portfolio, and they are not looking to get too aggressive with anything. And if they want something safer, they're not looking at cards. They're looking at bonds or T-bills or something else that's going to have some kind of guaranteed return. I am of the opinion, as an almost 40-year-old, my portfolio is very much like a 90-10, or if not 100% equity, which is very risky. And that would be more compared to a card in this situation. I think they would probably argue that many cards are more risky than most stocks out there. Now you get to things like penny stocks and things like that, then you're increasing your risk. But let's just call it an average person's portfolio. A card is going to be riskier than what they have already invested in.
Gotcha. Now let me ask you this, Jesse, as a person coming from the finance world, and you can understand all this finance jargon.
Sure. Yeah.
The sports boy, is there anything that he is invested in a card wise, sports or non-sports?
I am invested in non-cards, but are you asking if I have a specific?
Do you have
card
any specific tangible cards that you purchase just for investment purposes? Like, do you have a first edition Charizard somewhere in there? Or
just see cards. That's a thing. I got into cards not in the sense of, I'm investing in these. I thought of them as either I like them for my personal collection because I just like either the character or the athlete or whatever the case may be, or I got them because I thought they could be a flip, but I didn't view
like a quick flip.
Yeah, like a flip is not the same as like a long-term investment, right? And other than I just bought it was actually an SGC 10 of the Taylor Swift rookie card. I already had like a couple other ones, but they were like 9 and 9.5s or something.
Mhm.
So I got an SGC 10 of the Swift rookie card. And I thought to myself, you know what? That one I may hold just as a long-term
like a
investment.
long-term investment. There's rumors that she's pregnant. Have you heard of it?
I have not heard that rumor. Really?
Yeah.
You think that's why Travis Kelce dropped that catch? Oh man, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but to your point, Jesse, I know that this is kind of like the progression of a collector, someone that's getting into a hobby. I feel like there's steps, right? You get into it, you see a card that you like, right? And then you start purchasing it.
Yeah.
And then you start buying graded cards, right? And then you take those graded cards and you start quick flipping them.
Yeah.
And then you see, okay, you start thinking down the road, what can I go ahead and purchase now
Sure.
to have a longer hold to flip down the road? And then you think, okay, what is a card that I can purchase that is a long-term investment that literally 20, 30 years down the road that I can flip it for 10x, 20x my money. And then it's part of like your portfolio. And a lot of people that I think that are doing this is with sealed product, especially with breakers, TikTokers, whatnotters, fanaticers, eBay livers that are just ripping so much sealed product that down the road it might be worth a lot. Who knows?
My opinion is actually, I think sports card singles are the safer long-term investment, but Pokemon wax will do better long-term. And I say that because, it's probably confusing to some because a lot of people view it as
I don't like the term wax. Like, where did that come
sealed
from?
Products. Because wax, like the old packs of cards used to be like a waxy covering to the packs and
to a sealed.
Yeah, like
box?
have you ever gotten like even some of the non-sport, like the old non-sports of? In fact, I may have. Oh, right here. See this? This is a Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man from what year is this? This comes from 1982, made by Fleer. Just feel the outside of that pack.
Very waxy.
Yeah. So that's
that's where
wax
sealed product.
There
And there's bubblegum in here.
I know. I'm thinking about eating it later when I decide I want to just end it. I'm gonna eat that bubblegum. I'm already on death's door.
What do they call it? Your stomach paralysis.
Yeah, that'll be the last nail in the coffin. But anyways, yeah, my thinking on wax on Pokemon is I do wonder what holds value Pokemon wise over the long term, like the singles, because we see so many cards jumping and then falling. And it's like, in fact, that's another thing we were going to talk about. But before we talk about those two cards that just skyrocketed out of nowhere, that's one of the reasons though, where a Pokemon card can just skyrocket out of nowhere, but then it can also start falling when people have lost interest. It does make me think, oh, well, it could be the same thing with these cards down the line where all of a sudden it's hot. I may be buying at the peak right now, and then it just never takes off again. Whereas the wax, I think there's going to be more people who are like, oh, there's at least something in that wax that I really wanted, and that will hold value better long-term.
Because they're not making it anymore.
Yeah. Now, the fact that there are singles out there on the sports side of things that would go hold value longer, I guess it's kind of hard to argue like that the Pokemon wax would be worth more than those singles, but it's also just it's a different market. Like Pokemon wax, sometimes you see packs, like these heavy packs sell for hundreds of dollars, and the odds of actually hitting anything big or worth it are so slim. And even if you do, it has to like PSA 10 to even get the return.
Not worth it.
So it's like, but people still buy it. And so
because that's where I saying that you opened up like a fossil pack. Or
exactly.
Like that.
But that's where I think like the safer investment might come in the sports card single versus the Pokemon single. But I do still think the Pokemon wax will probably hold its value long-term and go up.
I think there's a caveat to that also because of the sports cards, because of the serializing of those cards.
Sure. Yeah.
So the single might be worth more because it's one of 25.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there could be the fact that there's that factor plays in. I wouldn't be shocked though if Pokemon adopts that
they will never
strategy
do that.
At some point.
I will.
You don't
go
think
to
so?
my grave.
They've done a number of things though. They've started doing like parallels. They weren't doing that before, and now they're doing that where
they've always done parallels.
They've always done so the parallels I'm thinking of are like how they've done, say like a Master Ball or a Pokeball on the exact same card. But now you've got it just with these parallel versions.
Well, they have like reverse hollows. Those are considered like a parallel.
Okay. Well, if you want to, I would consider that maybe more like a refractor in the sports world, but that's fine. If you want to,
refractor is
a parallel. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the larger sense, they've really only had that as the only other card that had the same artwork. But now they've started adding in additional cards that have the same artwork. I see
what you're saying.
But just a different variation. So that's why I think Pokemon could add some additional sports card
you would
features.
Consider like inserts.
Yeah.
Like there's some cards out there that have like a shiny Pokemon.
Sure.
Like in some, for instance, like in Hidden Fates, they had something called like a hidden vault.
Okay.
Or a shiny vault, excuse me. And there were shiny Pokemon in there and just like a regular hollow pattern or just like a regular in that same little window, which would be the shiny version of that Pokemon. And those are almost considered like inserts.
Is it really? So you're proving my point. They've already taken other things from there. Why not continue that trend? Especially because like even we talked about this before the show, the shirt that Ray is wearing right now. It's a very cool shirt, by the way.
Shout out to Shirt Farm.
Shirt Farm. There you go. Shirt Farm, not a sponsor yet. I mean, if you want to start providing the Hobby Nonsense wardrobe, I think we'd be interested. But that shirt is serialized. Like the fact that they do such limited drops, I think that is a trend that we continue to see in the collectible space. And what's not more collectible than Pokemon? So I'm not saying they will.
I don't like it.
I'm not saying they will, and I'm not saying people are going to like it.
Could you imagine the madness that will ensue?
Well, here's my thinking on one reason why they wouldn't, just to help your point out, is when we look at the Umbreon and Pikachu Van Gogh, which we're about to talk about. In fact, that's a good segue to talk about them. They have increased in price already. They're already high, but just in the last week or so, they have skyrocketed out of nowhere. And there are literal thousands and thousands of these cards. If you were to start serializing them, it makes me wonder, like, oh, does that mean the ones that would be not serialized wouldn't have as much value? Whereas right now they do? Or does that just mean that the ones that are serialized would be worth that much more? I couldn't say for sure, but it is one reason why maybe some at Pokemon would consider not doing it. So, but that being said, what are we talking about? So Van Gogh and the Moonbreon.
Van Gogh, the gray felt hat Pikachu.
Thank you. Yes.
The promo that has, I can't remember if you can pull up the pop report while I'm talking.
Let me see here.
And I can't remember what the pop report is, and people, it's insane, but has now had multiple $2,000 sales on eBay for a PSA 10. And this was a free card that you could have got. And what is the pop report?
Do you have a guess?
We looked it up once.
Yeah. I feel like it's
74,000.
I think that's what it might have been, just like in general, like on all of them graded. But PSA 10s alone, 42,000 of them.
42,000.
42,000. That makes this card the market cap, which market cap is something again, they use in investments, which just means the value of the card times how many there are in population. It comes out to $71 million. I don't know.
That's insane.
I'm going to look right now on Card Ladder. I don't know if there's a card that has a market cap of $71
million.
There probably is of a player, like a sports player, but I'm just going to check.
I don't think so. Because there's so many of them.
$71 million at that current value. But again, this is something that has happened out of nowhere, because as of September 7th, a PSA 10 of the Pikachu felt hat was selling for $1,200. And August 31st, it was selling at $1,200. And August 18th, it was selling for $1,100 and some change. But then is that September 11th?
September 11th.
So as of like September 11th, it goes up to $1,600. And then as of the 14th, it went up to $1,845. And now you're seeing sales in
September
2000.
September 14th, there were multiple sales of $2,000, all in bids, which I guess you can dive into a little, take a deep dive, make sure there's no shill bidding there.
I'd be curious because those are sales on eBay, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I wonder if anybody's done the research yet because, and what's really interesting too is it wasn't just that card, right?
Correct.
Like, almost
also,
at the same time,
the Moonbryon, and I have some speculations on this. I don't know if it's a market buyout in this point, but it would be insane to do a market buyout at this price of a card.
Now, when you're saying market buyout, you are just actually meaning that it is someone is essentially shill bid. They're bidding it up.
Or like a group of people that get
Yes.
together and they're like, let's increase the value of this card. And they all get together to buy the card and steadily keeps increasing the value of the card.
Okay.
Because if it says, if you buy something that's $5 and it sells super quickly, of course, next time you list it, it's going to be like $8.
Mm-hmm.
And then so on and so forth until it goes like crazy. So there is a PSA 10 sold comps for over $4,000 for a PSA 10.
That card, as of September 10th, last Wednesday, sold for $3,055. And there's 18,000 of these as well. That's scary to me. As someone who owns the card, I would.
Do you have an intent?
No. I'm just saying if for those who own the card.
Okay.
I do have a SGC 10 of the Pikachu, which I'm thinking about bringing that puppy out. We'll see.
You need to get rid of it. SGC, it's not as liquid as PSA, but
sure, but
people will still buy it because of the card.
Yeah, but my thinking being though is move it now. Like,
I think so.
Well, I mean, because I don't know how that continues. I don't know how that price stays.
The demand on that card is insane.
Well, and
it's
what happens is that market manipulation, even though it starts as market manipulation, the general public then just treats that as the price, and they will continue with that.
Yes.
And even though it wasn't going there naturally before, once it got there, I could see people just accepting because it is such an iconic and big popular card right now that they just say, hey,
and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And then just to add to the point of the Moonbryon, just a raw copy is hitting over $2,000. And we were talking about this a little earlier before we got on. I remember selling this card in a PSA 10 for around $2,100. And that's what the raw copy is. And I said to myself, it will never hit anywhere close to that again. I thought I was selling it at the top of the market at the time. I felt good selling this card at that price, knowing what I wanted to. At the time, I was looking to complete my Gold Star collection, which I have all the Gold Stars.
Okay.
If you guys want to see a video of that, let me know. We can show it for sure. But at the time, I'm like, and I don't really like this card. The Umbreon V alternate art out of Evolving Skies, I think is a lot better looking card than this one.
Okay.
But to each his own. But again, I never thought that it was going to hit anywhere close to what it is now, is a $4,000 in a PSA 10.
It's crazy. Well, and so to put this in perspective, at that market cap that we just talked about, so the Pikachu, we said the market cap was 71 million. This Umbreon at these current prices is at 58 million.
Wow.
There are only, let me see, let me count real quick. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me remove. It's on basketball. There's 5 basketball players that have and that's not a card. That's all of the cards included on Card Ladder have a market cap that's over that of all of their cards put together.
Yes. So like all the Michael Jordan cards put together.
Michael Jordan has the highest market cap Michael Jordan has the highest market cap of any basketball player out there. And I'm going to clarify this for the YouTubes because or the clip that Shane will inevitably put out. Michael Jordan has the highest market cap of any basketball player out there at 1.2 billion. Not just any basketball player. He has the highest market cap of any athlete out there when you put all of his card values together.
Oh, gotcha.
So 1.25 billion. But when you actually break down those cards, it's basically all made out of his rookies. So
the Flair rookie.
Rookie.
What's the other one that people are trying to buy?
The Star. Which that kind of fell off. But But you look at his PSA 10, his PSA 8, his PSA 9, which is interesting that the PSA 8 has a higher market cap just because there's more of them as an 8 times its current value. But those 3 cards are the only 3 for Jordan that would be higher in market cap than both the Pikachu and Umbreon. Because after that,
3.
Yeah, because after that you go to a PSA 7 and it's a 33 million market cap. The PSA Jordan, or I'm sorry, the PSA 9 Jordan rookie has a market cap of 77 million. So the 77 million, then it goes up to 86 for the PSA 8, and then for the PSA 10, it's 140 million. Those 3 Jordans have higher investable amounts than these 2 cards, but it's only those 3. That's crazy to me.
It's insane.
And
we stumbled on something that is insane.
What's insane too is, let's see, like, what did we say the Pikachu was last week? We said it was like 1218. So 1218 times, let's just do some quick math. 42,714 is how many PSA 10s are out there. And we're going to do times $1,218. So while its market cap right now is 71 million, last week it was 52 million. So again, this is not
That's insane.
That would only, these market caps only mean if everybody sold the card right now at that amount, that's where that money, that 52 million would be. Again, that's not going to be the case. People are going to sell higher or lower than that amount.
Yeah.
But it still rocks my brain.
It's insane
to think like, oh, people, there's that much. But that also points to a lot of things too, that, oh, people would see that and be like, yep, that's normal. That makes sense. Even if it did get, shill bid or market manipulated up to that amount, I think there's still going to be many people out there who are like, yeah, that's just what the value is.
It's like
now,
the perceived value.
and we accept that.
Wow.
So yeah,
It's
it's a.
Did you see what the Black Label Pikachu, the McDonald's Pikachu sold for recently?
No.
First ever Beckett Black Label? $20,000.
Shut up.
And there's like millions of those cards.
I still have my card, the pack you gave me. I haven't even opened it. I still have it right here. Where is my pack? Oh, dear God. I have it.
So mine looks crispy, and I'm going to send it in here soon. I think it's a PSA 10.
Oh, here it is.
But the Black Label, if it's a Black Label, shoot. But that was the first one to market. And
all right.
Are you cracking it?
I'm just looking at. Yeah, I'm just going to open it.
Oh, okay. Let me do some little voiceover.
Yeah.
We have Sports Boy here opening up the pack.
Just to be clear, this is the Japanese pack that Ray bought.
Chinese.
Chinese. Excuse me. Yeah, Chinese pack.
No, Japanese. Excuse me.
I nailed it the first time. I'm winning. Okay.
Was it okay? Ripping it up. A little trouble.
I'm trying to be gentle.
With those sausage fingers.
Shut up. All right, here we go. Let's just see what it looks like, because there's guaranteed to be one. There's one. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a little off center.
It looks fantastic.
Looks crispy.
It looks very crispy. I'm gonna put that.
What's the off center looking like?
I don't see much. Oh, on the back off center.
What is it? It's 60. It's not 60/40 anymore. What is it?
55/45 for PSA 10.
It's looking pretty good.
The back could be a little slightly off.
Well, it's different in the back, right?
Yeah, I don't think they grade it, or it's not judged as highly. So
it looks pretty good. Black Label, maybe not, but PSA 10 contender.
What's a 10 go for? Do you know?
I do not know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, these are things that we need to be aware of as a hobby, as collectors, as people who are definitely going to be owning some of these cards. I know a lot of you do. Maybe it's time to sell. Maybe it's time to
don't sell.
Think about buying. Sell. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Take a guess, Jesse. What is a PSA 10 Pikachu, as they're calling it now? Now it's got a nickname. Here's a quick tip. Any Pokemon card that has a nickname,
you buy that card.
You buy that card.
Interesting. You could be right. That's a good take. I like that. I am going to say if the Black Label did 20,000, I'm going to say this does. Here's the thing. I have a number. I have a guess, but I have a guess that doesn't seem realistic. I'm going to say the Black Label 10X, which would mean this is $2,000, and that doesn't make sense in any world. So my real guess would be like $1,200.
Nowhere close. It is a reasonable $275.
Okay, so what the heck? That actually does make much more sense to me because I was like, I think I would have heard of this was in the thousands, but how is a black label $20,000? I guess
Look,
the fact that there's
I'm
only
getting
one.
a tariff
You're getting a tariff notice.
notice on my eBay account if I buy from Japan.
Well, there you go. Just be careful out there.
This sold for $332, so there's $275 to $332. I love this card.
I mean, it's a cool card. Don't get me wrong. And I think that the branding with McDonald's and Pokemon it's winning
iconic.
combination.
It's iconic. And you know what? Once you get your PSA 10, Jesse, and you don't want to sell it anymore,
Yeah.
you can take it over to our good friends over at DC Sports.
Baby. I mean, here's the thing. I just sold a number of my Star Wars cards that I was not keeping. They were in personal collection. I'll tell you, it is just so much easier than going out there and listing them myself. It is so much easier. And I really feel like the fact that they've been advertising here, they've been a sponsor of this show, the fact that we've been sending so much non-sport into them has also kind of helped with the resale too. Like people are seeing DC Sport, even though it's in the name sport, they're still seeing it as a place where you can sell your non-sport cards too.
Maybe we can get with them and start a new subsidiary.
Oh, a subsidiary selling account?
English is my second language, guys, so don't roast me.
No, it's
DC Hobby.
Did you grow up speaking Spanish?
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
To what age?
7?
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you would not be able to. I can't
Well,
tell.
shout out to American television.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I don't have a Southern accent.
That's
Shout out
the
to
same
Saved
thing.
by the Bell and Boy Meets World. And
Listen, I grew up in Middle Tennessee. I grew up right here in Nashville. I normally don't have an accent. I can turn one on sometimes.
yeah, a little Luke Combs twang.
Oh, when I get out on the fishing boat and we get out there trying to hustle, getting me a little dinner that time, I swear that's what drew all the eyes over. They heard the twang and they said, "Is that Luke Combs? Fast car, get over here, sign my butt." That's what they say. They want me to sign a butt.
Who's saying this?
That's what the people say. I don't know.
When's the
I'm
last
just
time you
Luke
went
Combs.
fishing?
Dude, it's been too long. I've gone fishing, I think 2 or 3 times this year, which is devastating.
you have a boat?
No, I don't. I rely on my friends' boats, but even them, like they've just been so busy and I've been so busy, I just can't get out as much as I did last year, which is in a good way, in a good sense that like, hey, things are busy. There's business going on. There's a lot of breaking going on. But on the other sense, I'm sad because I don't get to do the thing that I also love. So
I'm not a big fishing man. Maybe I'm not doing it right.
oh, well,
No one in my family was ever like a fisherman.
yeah, I can get that. I think once you get the hang of it, you start actually catching some fish. It's like, it's invigorating.
Like golfing almost. Like you
Yeah,
get closer to
I'm sure to some extent, but it's also like a competition too. You go like, I'm a competitive person by nature.
Uh-huh.
And so I like to go with a buddy and we're both competing to see who can get like the most or
The
the
biggest
biggest
fish?
or whatever the case
Interesting.
may be. So
I need to find I'm getting older. I need to find like an old person hobby.
that's it.
So put it
Fishing's
down.
a great-
Put it down in the comments below. What old person hobby?
What's your old person hobby? Man, now we're kind of at the end of the show. We've run out of most things. I was going to do Batman talk, the new Batman release from Upper Deck, which I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Upper Deck because they pointed out something that I kind of neglected. I had talked about like some of the biggest selling cards being like mostly Topps cards. Actually, the biggest selling non-sport cards that aren't like Pokemon or something have been a lot of the PMGs from Upper Deck, like the Marvel PMGs.
What
like
does
the Spider-Man.
PMG stand for besides the soccer
Precious Metal
team?
Gems.
Okay.
So, and that's what you're going to see some Precious Metal Gems in that Batman release. But the thing is that Batman release still is like a month to the day from right now. So we've got more time to talk about it. I figure
Okay,
we might talk
cool.
about it as we get a little closer. Next week, though, will be a very non-sport card, Topps specifically heavy show because we're going to have Aaron Abrams, the director over all entertainment cards, on that pod. And I have got a post up in the non-sports card nonsense group. Guys, go check it out. There's a number of questions already in there. Please throw your questions in there. If you want me to try and ask them, I can't guarantee like they'll all get asked, but throw your question in. I will try my best to get them asked when he comes on. So
Love it. Love it.
I think that's your show. I think I've given all the energy I have today.
The stomach paralysis is paralyzing.
Well, it's interesting because when you have the stomach paralysis, I have no appetite whatsoever. And I'm realizing
She's giving it all she's got.
I should probably eat something, but I'm also afraid to eat anything.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't know what's going to happen. Like literally, it's
just like your stomach pumped out.
Not that it's just,
have you been able to go into the bathroom?
Here's the thing. There's some things I have a very high tolerance for what embarrasses me.
Going to the bathroom does embarrass.
No, I'm saying very little does. But at the same time, talking about it where I know there's going to be like people listening and like, why would he say that on a podcast to the rest of the world?
That's fair.
Especially because this is a very popular podcast. Thanks to you
the
people.
People will be talking.
It's actually kind of surprising the number of new subscribers we've been getting on Spotify specifically, but all their other platforms as well. So that's all great. And and we hit over 1,000 on YouTube since this last episode. We're over 1,000 people, baby. That's awesome. And that's in large part thanks to Ray and his videos that he's been putting out.
Yeah, we just dropped a new one today. Make sure you check it out.
By the way, I watched the whole thing.
Did you?
I'll tell you this right now. It's fantastic. Go out and check it out.
Check it out. And guys, watch it. We're dropping some market gems on there. Just a quick one that we dropped. I think it was like the first video that I did of cards that you should pick up now before it's too late.
Oh, yeah.
The Zapdos on 151 at the time when I made that video was floating around like $54, $60. It is now over $100 in a raw copy.
Do you know that you are now a market manipulator and you didn't even know?
I am manipulating the market.
You didn't even mean to. No, that's fantastic. And that's the kind of value you're getting.
I'm out here in the streets, boots on the ground. I'm seeing what the people are buying, seeing what the people are talking about. Wow. So I'm excited to go to, are you going? Well, if your stomach feels good, of course.
Yeah.
We have our local card show is actually here in our town.
Oh,
this Saturday.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Oh, I didn't know the Hendersonville one is.
Yeah, the Hendersonville one is this Saturday. Maybe we can take some some video.
I'd love to
if you feel up to it, of course.
I better, man. This better not continue. I'm actually hoping this is nothing and it's just like food poisoning or something, but we'll find out. Either way, I'll take some B12 and I'll be there. I'll be fine. So
thanks.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you all to all you listeners. We really appreciate all you do. Thank you for your support. We will be back next Monday and see you soon.
Bye. Bye.